We are recording with my friend Gonzalo. The reason why I'm recording with this guy, with this layer, is because somehow he has an interesting technique to improve the pronunciation. And he calls it, it's like mockery. Like, so I like that technique. Can you explain it?
Yes. So there's something very important you need to understand when you're trying to learn English. You think you have to read the words the way they are written down in the paper, but there's something English and French share, and it is that they write words a certain way, but then the way they pronounce the words is different. And that's just the way the language works. It isn't that you are doing something wrong. There is a
Yes.
word I learned recently, which is tortoise. I don't know if
Interesting.
you're familiar with this word,
No, I don't
tortoise.
have a clue. What is that?
Okay, but do you know this word? The thing is that you don't know this pronunciation because it's actually tortoise. They write
Oh,
it
okay, okay, okay.
tortoise,
Like
so it's
the land
tortuga.
turtle, right? The land turtle, the
Yeah,
regular turtle. Yeah, yeah.
and if you try to guess how to pronounce that word, you're going to go with tortoise, tortoise maybe, because it reads like tortoise, so you
Yeah.
say tortoise, but it's tortoise. You have to pronounce
Interesting.
it that way, tortoise. So if you don't know that word is pronounced that way, you're not going to get it right just
But
by
is that
reading the
the
word.
American accent? Because I have heard like a South African lady pronounce it differently. So I'm a bit confused.
Well, that could be a thing of accent, but yeah,
Yeah.
it isn't pronounced. At least I've never seen it pronounced tortoise
Yeah,
like
got you.
it's written.
Yeah,
So
for
it's
sure,
different.
tortoise. Yeah, maybe a Briton, a person from UK would pronounce it tortoise, but yes, I got
Sometimes.
you. But by the way, I have many questions. You are from Trujillo, right?
Yes, I'm from Trujillo.
Now, if Trujillo, if you try to find out other people to practice to try to chat in English, how easy is to find people?
It's well, I wasn't looking for people actually, but recently I found one guy that I go out running with, and he was trying to learn English. So it
Nice.
was good luck, but I don't think that's normal. Or
Got you. You know why I
I don't
ask?
go out
Because
on the street and people speak English. Most people here don't speak English.
yeah, you know why I ask you? Because many people believe that if they want to practice, they have to go to US to Australia. But I see English like jiu-jitsu, right? You can start teaching your own people first, and then you can start practicing with them.
Yeah. And I think when you get to this point that I told you about mockery, it's so interesting because
That's good.
you can just hear anybody and you try to imitate every sound. It's like when you listen to a song, you try to imitate how the singer sounds. And this is very similar. You are trying to sing like an American or like a British speaker. You're not just trying to repeat the words
What
like
is
Spanish.
one that you say like most people tend to get it wrong? I have seen perhaps the L, the L is like L instead of L, So what is one that always you can feel it? Yeah, this is something that Latinos usually they don't get.
Well, the whole idea that I told you about trying to read it or trying to use the word, the letters they see in the word. For example,
Got
I
you.
was telling to a friend, I'm walking on the street. I'm walking on the street. And I told him, repeat this sentence. I'm walking on the street. And he said, I'm walking on the street. That's the
Got
problem.
you.
He
Got
was he remembered the word how it was written, so he was saying walking when I told him walking.
you.
So he was
Yeah.
not skipping the L. You have to trust
Yes.
your ears more than your eyes.
Oh, that amazing. I like that shit. Brush your ears. Man. That's good shit, huh? Yeah, it's like when you say, what do you say? But usually they don't pronounce the D that much. What you say? So you listen more like what you say. And we
Yeah,
try sometimes to know, but if here mentioned did, we have to say did. But they say the did, but they kind of eat it in the way.
yeah, that happens a lot, and I
Yeah.
think you just have to get used to how they pronounce it.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So apart from you told me that during quarantine you started to listen in content. What was other way for you that you try to boost your English hours? In my case, was I was using a Tinder to find ladies from other countries. What was your way?
Okay, I was also trying to meet girls through these apps, so I also did that. I was trying to watch content on working out, on dating advice. For
Mm.
example, the things sometimes you talk about, like dating advice, I was like, I would like to know how to talk with girls, but how about learning about this topic, but in English? So
Yeah.
it's something I want to know, and I can learn it in English.
What do you do for a living there in your city?
Well, when I was studying English in quarantine, I was a programmer. and I was a programmer for 3 years, like
Nice.
web development, backend, those kind of things. And right now I'm an interpreter, English
Interesting.
Spanish.
You pivot your career. Uh, so how did you find your job? Did you start to offer your service as a freelancer? Did you apply for a company? How was the process?
Well, I was scrolling on Facebook and I saw an advertising for an interpreter, so I was like, I could
On
get this hired.
Facebook.
Yeah, on Facebook. I don't
Hard
know
to
why, but
believe. It's the first time that I hear that shit. Like companies look for employees running ads on Facebook. Interesting. What can you mention the name of the company?
yeah, it's teleperformance. So they
Damn.
had like a survey. They had a survey, so you just filled it up and they contacted you. The
Nice.
the test was just they talking with you, and if you sounded good enough, then they hired you.
Also, they didn't ask you for your degree. Show me like
No
your English.
certificate, no,
Nothing.
none of those things. Yeah, that happens.
Cool. I love this shit, because I each time I listen more of these stories, sometimes people tell me that I am nuts. No, no fucking way. They don't ask you your CV, your what is your degree, but I mean, you are a Norte testimonial. Now I hear this. Well, you surprised me with the Facebook ad, but this thing, yeah, I know that it's happening. So, what was your impression after you got hired by this company? Did you expect that to happen, or you were like surprised?
Well, at that time, my accent was way worse than it is right now. I think I improved my accent a lot in the last 3 months, like a lot, because in the past I did things that I think gave me flexibility to make sounds, but I wasn't aiming all that flexibility to my accent. Like I don't know, I like singing sometimes things, so that's what I mean by flexibility. I was singing things, trying to imitate voices, and then when I tried to apply that same thing to learning the American accent, it was like, oh, it's it feels kind of obvious now because I know how to move different parts of my voice.
Yes, yes. I think we when we go back to our audios 1 year, 2 years ago, you always can tell the difference. But I believe it's part of growing, right? The same happen any skill that you try to acquire. For example, recording videos. I was checking a video of mine from 2017, and I was like, "Oh, it's hilarious!" How different it sounds back then, but it's part of the process.
Yeah. So what I have
Yeah.
to say about that question is that I sound way worse than now, and but I had more trust than now. Like in that moment, I sounded worse, but I was like, I think I know a lot of English. I don't know what's keeping me from becoming advanced because I didn't know, but
Yeah.
I feel I'm good. So I expected to get hired, but
I
I
believe too
wasn't that good.
much too much feedback also can be a liability. So it's good to have some feedback. Too much feedback is a problem because you want to learn like little by little. Okay, I can fix this. The Thursday with the tone out, no? Thursday. But if we try to cut all the little mistakes, it's like trying to walk counting 30 centimeters between each step, right? So I think it should be like little like baby steps the way that we improve our or reduce our accent.
Yeah, I think everybody who sees this video, who watches this video, they have to do that because if you try to get obsessed with getting one sound right the first day, I think that doesn't work because there's a relationship between your ears and your mouth. So
Yeah.
as you improve pronouncing things, you start hearing those things better. It's like there's a connection. If you hear that s and are two
Yeah.
different sounds, you're going to be better at pronouncing them, and then you're going to be better at hearing them. So it's a process that repeats.
I believe it's like when you gather with people that have like high work ethic, it's like once that you see that, you cannot unsee it. And the same happen here when you start to gather with native speakers. But at the same time, I believe there is a beauty in the accent. Well, only if people can understand you, right? Like if it's like a heavy, heavy accent now it's a problem, a communication problem. So tell me, do you have family? Do you have kids, wife? Are you single?
I'm single and I don't have like family below me. I have family above me, my mother, my
Yeah.
father, my brother. But yeah, they don't speak English. My mother tried learning English when she was younger and she learned a little bit, but she wasn't like speaking a lot, or she
Yeah.
doesn't usually have a conversation in English with me.
I'm trying to do that now with my mother. I mean, so far so good. We have been practicing 5 days or 7 days so far, I would say. I can see there is potential, but I found out that the secret is just help them with the words. So they start speaking. As soon as you see they are missing words, you start filling the blanks. And as soon as you feel it, now say it back. And also with GPT, tell a story about your brother. Now, how will sound in native English? Now read it. So in that way, I can see some progress. But my mother is my guinea pig, so I will tell you, I'm testing this method because I want to also help older people to acquire the language.
I think that's a good idea. I sometimes people say it's harder to learn when you are older, so if you achieve that, then the method works.
I believe the hardest part is the how can I say, convince them to stop watching shitty news on TV. So, like for some reason, they love to watch the local TV news, and I mean, we know that it's full of brainwash, propaganda, politics, but I think I'm getting it almost there. My mother loves tutorials of plants, different how to techniques to raise plants, to how to put them in under the shadow, and how to drop, how to so I think that is going to work, but we will see. What are your plans? So far, I can tell that you like English, but also you like other languages. So what is your plan in the future?
Well, I told you about French and Chinese, but that's just because, given the context, I was interested in those languages, but I didn't commit 100% because there's something that happens with me, and it is that I've been learning English for so long, that I was trying to look for a third language, but I
Mm,
wasn't convinced about a third language because I was like, I still don't have the perfect English. So
yeah,
I'm going to start half learning a different language, then I won't conclude the English, and the words are going to start. I'm going to start confusing words, maybe. So that scared me off, scared me away from learning more languages. And when it comes to my goals, English is for me a means to an end. Like, I'm not thinking about, I don't know, being an interpreter forever. I like knowing English so that I can offer things to people who speak English, because I would like
nice.
to offer them services as an editor. So I want to be able to speak to them and tell them why they need an editor, explain that thing in English, and put the content online so that they can know my brand, etc. So the plan and the reason why I'm trying to improve my accent so much is because I want to talk them in a way that sounds familiar to them because they
Yeah,
understand the accent.
yeah. So for you, like English is the bridge that you're using to connect with this other audience. So you send me this beautiful clip. So you also edit videos.
Yeah, that's the skill that I'm trying to use with English.
Interesting,
Right.
interesting. I believe there is a this is something because I have also like an editor here that is helping me with my videos. I believe there is a huge opportunity hosting a podcast, interviewing professionals, doctors, lawyers, whatever, and then chopping out little clips of that interview and upload it to give to this professional so he can upload it to his personal website or social media. That
Mhm.
podcast doesn't need to go to the podcast of the podcaster. It can be just a podcast that was recorded to get the clips. And this is a business model that is already running in US. I think in Latin America, I haven't seen it yet, but I can see potential in that.
Well, I'm very interested. I was curious where I should aim because I was like, I know how to edit and I know some English, but I was like, do I try to get clients who speak English or do I try to get clients who speak Spanish? Because I'm here in Peru. And it was like that thing of what do I do? And that had me thinking.
Yeah, it's. I know how it feels. I remember because I was more or less good with comedy when I was in school, but I also like to read. So I was like, can I be like a smart clown? So I couldn't understand. So we started to gather each research. How old are you?
I'm 26.
Nice, amazing. You are doing good. At 26 with this level, this is amazing. So I don't know. Sometimes it's just I always say we are or one person away, or one skill away, or one technology away of success. So sometimes it's just one extra skill that will like leverage this other two. But yeah, I think that's why we need to just, that's the beauty of life, right? You never know where life is going to take you.
Yeah, but now I see it more like a game because when I was younger, when I was like 8, 9 years old, I loved to play video games. And when I was 15 and I started to train calisthenics, I was like, this is like real life game because I can level up my calisthenics level and I can do more things in real life instead of just a game. So it was a nice transition from applying all that energy into games, but now into things that actually I could see real life results.
Nice, nice. I mean, there a I can see anything that allows people to gather together to have like a real life interaction. If you check, social media is on its final form now. Used to be a way to connect with other people. It's not the case anymore. So I believe any activity that allow you to feel that you have a community has potential.
Hmm. Mm. But do you think it has to be around? Because that's another thing I was analyzing. Do I make, for example, if I make content in English for attracting people that want me as an editor, mm, explaining them how being perceived a particular way through their videos is important, and how having their videos edited a certain way can make them be perceived as the authority or wherever they are trying to be perceived as, then that's making content that they want to watch instead of making content about editing, for example, because that would attract a different kind of people, maybe people who want to learn how to edit.
Yes, yes. So is the question is, the video is attracting the potential customers or people that want to learn how, the people that want to learn how to edit, but who is the one that is willing to pay the most? That will be my question.
Well, in my opinion, it would be the people who are the professionals who want to have their
Yeah.
videos because they want to sell more of the thing that they are selling.
Yeah, usually I want to target people that don't have a time, that have money but no time.
So yeah, that then more like the first idea I told you.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
like the first thing I would like to do.
yeah, yeah. Because the people that have a lot of time but no money, the problem is that you cannot sell them your margins are low. You cannot sell like a high ticket. Also, it's true that how, what is the phrase for this? Find people that have like a bloody, or like bloody neck, or a neck that is, like bleeding out, that their neck is
Okay.
bleeding out. So someone that really really need the thing. And I believe, for example, there are a lot of dentists, a lot of uh, plastic surgery, that like these have, whenever they charge to the customer, they get a lot of money. So if you somehow can prove that you can get like at least one or two extra leads per month, that just that money cover like, and even two or three x extra what they are paying you.
Hmm. That
Yeah,
sounds, yeah, because I've done and I know some people who have done some research on plastic surgeries, and yeah, I know that the prices are very nice.
of seeing, of seeing. Yeah, I had a friend with a gynecomastia, when they have like boobs,
Yeah.
and we were looking for a doctor for him. And I remember a while ago that surgery was, I think, 1,000 soles. Now it's like three 3,500, 3,500 soles. So it's obscene, It's like prices are going up. But of course, the path is, I guess any path that you take at the end will take at least like 5 or 6 months, where you start sitting but you don't see a result. So that first part is scary.
Yeah, sometimes I think there's this thing I heard, which is that we humans have imagination and animals don't have that much imagination. So if chimpanzees they try to do something, if they don't see an immediate result, they can't see the future or they can't imagine the future good. For example, if they have 10 bananas and maybe if they sacrifice 8, they will get more bananas in the future. They can't imagine that, so they
Yeah.
won't sacrifice the thing they have now. But we can imagine things we don't see as humans, and we can believe in things we don't see. So sometimes people with faith maybe have it easier because they have faith in something they don't see. So when they have to trust in the process, they trust better because they have faith. And people without faith mm, have uncertainty. I don't consider
Mm.
myself a person with much faith, but mm, I try to convince myself of certain ideas, even if I don't have that much faith. I try to convince myself about ideas to just keep doing the keep learning, keep doing the hard things, so to speak.
By the way, you have wisdom also. You got wisdom, so you have another asset there to write down in your between your skills. I was thinking what you said, like the faith thing. I would say it's also designing the environment because it's easier that you can feel like more relaxed when you know that there are not like a lot of bills that are waiting for you. So maybe it's not your case, but I know a lot of people that they could easily stop working and have like 6 or 12 extra months of savings, but they cannot do that because they are traveling all the time or they are trying to buy always the most luxurious car. So it's also
Okay.
designing the environment. But if you don't have kids, uh,
Yeah,
do-
I'm closer to the first scenario that you
yeah,
described. Actually,
that's nice.
I'm I have like a few months, so to speak. So I don't have to worry about time, but I always try to force myself to feel like I'm going to die in this month,
Nice. I like that
something like
one.
that. Yeah,
I like that one. Who are your favorite influencers? A part of me, of course, but a part of me who, because
number one,
I
Balta.
thank you, my friend. I can feel the wisdom there. There's deep wisdom there. But apart, I'm sure perhaps I'm the only Spanish guy that you follow.
In Spanish. Yeah, the
No,
first one that comes to mind because in Spanish I don't listen to that many people in Spanish.
in English, who do you listen?
Well, I've heard this man you mentioned a couple times. This pastor Golden. I
Ah,
don't
Myron
remember the
Golden.
name.
Myron Golden.
Yeah, I heard
Good.
him a couple times. Yeah, I like him. Some things he say I don't like, but I still listen to the things that are useful and the
Yeah,
wisdom.
yeah. But what is the thing that you dislike? Just to have an idea.
Well, I have like I believe it a little bit. I don't know what's your opinion about it, but I know Myron has a strong opinion against it. But I have like a little different opinion
About what?
when it comes to evolution, like a species. And he
Yeah.
says it has to do with racism and like he frames it in such a way where it seems like Charles Darwin was doing the thing because of racist reasons rather than science. And that I don't agree too much with that, but
Okay, got you,
yeah,
got you.
the other things I do.
The
I,
homophobia, do you dislike the homophobia or it doesn't bother you?
he says homophobic things I didn't realize, but I don't care neither because I mean I listen to Undertale. I didn't tell you that, but I listen to Undertale, so
Nice.
I don't have problems with that.
By the way, I like Andrew Tate. Like I think most people that complain about him is because they only follow the short videos. But if you follow the long version, the long format, usually he is accurate. Perhaps he exaggerates some part, but it's part of social media. The only thing that for me is a little bit hard to believe is he obsessed too much with the visuals. So everything is flashy, expensive cars. So I think but also it's part of social media. So yeah, I understand that part.
Mm, yeah, because I think I make a clear distinction in my mind of what things he says for real, what things he might be joking. And when you talk about social media, I think he once said something along the lines of if somebody is scammed, then he was meant to be scammed. So, like, it was a way of saying if he's scamming people or something like that. Oh, sorry, I think I'm running out of battery here.
Oh yeah, don't
But
worry, my
he
friend. No,
was,
okay, let's finish this idea.
okay, he was saying something along the lines of if people if certain group of people are going to be scammed because that's their destiny, they are going to be scammed. So it doesn't matter if they are scammed by another person or by me. I think he said something like that once, and I heard it with the ears of, okay, that's his way of thinking about life. I don't
Yeah,
think that's necessarily bad, but yeah, that's not very moral, maybe
I got you,
very
got
ethical.
you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. My friend, if people want to follow you, where can they do it?
Well, I have my I can write you my Instagram handle so you can put it
Yeah,
over there.
I will include it in the lower part of the description. My friend, congrats, you're good. I have a lot of expectations, a lot of hope. I know you're going to go very, very. You're going to achieve great things in this life. So thank you for your time, and we will keep in contact.
Okay, great.
Armando, let me turn this shit off. Give me a second. Stop recording.